How many people have at least one Bitcoin? Next on your 4-Minute Crypto Show. Today's show is from a post by Anatol BC at Bitcoinist and brought to you by my new sponsor, the Cipher Wheel. This week, Bitcoin has consolidated above $10,000, and that's a nice amount for one Bitcoin. So you might be wondering how many people actually hold at least one Bitcoin. There are over 600,000 addresses that have at least one Bitcoin, which is a little over 2% of all the addresses out there. However, one address doesn't necessarily equal one person, so we'll have to dig a little deeper in order to obtain a realistic range. Now, in the first scenario, this is where one person has a single wallet with no less than one Bitcoin, and that's the best case scenario, and it's the easiest scenario for counting. But this situation gets trickier in the second scenario, in which one person could possess one or more Bitcoin, but in several different addresses. For example, one address might hold 0.8 Bitcoin and another address holds 0.2 Bitcoin. Or someone keeps 1/10 of a Bitcoin in 10 different wallets. Counting those who hold at least one Bitcoin in the second scenario would be much more difficult, as they possess any of the 98% of addresses that contain less than one Bitcoin. There's also a third scenario. For example, you would expect that we should count a wallet holding 10 Bitcoin. However, it might belong to a company or an association where each member owns less than one Bitcoin from the wallet, so he or she wouldn't make our list. Anyway, based on the distribution table, we can be sure that between 500,000 and 1 million people have at least one Bitcoin. Now, if I hold one Bitcoin and I lose the private keys, do I still possess the Bitcoin? Not really. If we consider the lost Bitcoin, we should remove 20% of our estimated figures. Back in 2017, Chainalysis said that about 23% of the circulating Bitcoin was lost forever. So the total number of individuals who might hold at least one Bitcoin varies between 400,000 and 800,000. And if everyone that owned one or more Bitcoin lived in the community, they'd make up a city whose population would compare to that of Las Vegas, Nevada. Now that's a lot of people when you think about it. So how many people do you think have at least one Bitcoin? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And hey, if you enjoyed this content I bring you day after day, please subscribe to the show at 4minutecrypto.com and new episodes every weekday. Maybe give me a 5-star review or a great comment while you're subscribing. Those things, well, they help more than you know. Now, let me tell you about my new sponsor, the Cipher Wheel. Since you took the time to buy a hardware wallet, well, I know you're serious about your Bitcoin security. So take that extra step and secure it from physical disaster too with a Cipher Wheel seed storage device. Designed, engineered, and manufactured all in-house in the USA and machined from solid stainless steel, not just stamped out of some cheap metal. I personally love this product and you will too. So go to ciphersafe.io to purchase your Cipher Wheel today. And remember, keep your sats safe. I'm GaryLeland, the Crypto Podcaster, and thanks for joining me on another 4-Minute Crypto Show. This has been a CryptoPodcaster.com production.